my friend from Kenya. Shout out to you. Shout out to our ex-president Zuma. This is to you. You're right. You can see that I've done my cancer. I've done a lot of videos appreciating you for what you've done. I don't want to waste much of this video's time, so I will give this opportunity. Hi, girls.
Yay.
Hi. How are you, girls?
Hi.
Are you good?
Yes, we're fine.
Oh, okay. Come, Kat. Please introduce yourself and whatever. I don't know what you want to say. Whatever that you can say. Who is Conk?
Hi everyone.
Hey.
My name is Chawane, and I will say how this whole thing that happened to my sister affected me. So my sister's divorce was very painful for me. Like, I was very broken and shattered because I wasn't expecting such a thing to happen to her, because she's been that one person who has been serving God faithfully, who was living her life to please God, like, every day. So what she experienced, I feel like she don't deserve that. But then the way she handled everything, the way she handled the situation, it was so amazing, because she didn't backslide. If it was someone else, they could have backslided and gave up on God, you know, but she didn't do that. So I'm very pleased with the way she handled the situation. I remember on the day when they attended the meeting, after the meeting, late at night, she updated her status and she wrote, 2017, it's really a year of total victory. Then I thought maybe she managed to fix or to sort out things with her ex-husband. So I asked her, how did the meeting go? And she was like, I'm sorry I disappointed you, my marriage failed. I didn't know how to feel. Like, I was very, very sad. I was broken. I didn't even know what to tell her.
Did you say I wrote on the day?
Yes, on the day.
And I said the day of total victory.
Yeah, 2017 was declared a year.
I called it victory.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh,
yeah, give it up for me, guys. My attitude.
Yeah, that really stood out for me, because I mean, she could have cried and blamed God, but she didn't do that. So that stood out for me. And then I asked her, and she was like, I'm sorry I disappointed you, my marriage failed. And the pain in my stomach, I can't even explain it. Yeah, so I said to her, don't worry, your husband lost a good woman in you, I didn't know what to say. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but I was so I was so sad. I was broken. So, but we thank God, because she came out of that marriage safe and complete. She didn't lose her identity, like my dad said. She kept her identity. She maintained her image. So that's what I've learned from her. And another thing that I've learned is that you must trust God and trust on His will. Don't ever give up on God, because His plans are not to harm us, but to give us a better future. So I believe that something great is coming her way, you know. This is not the end of the road. This is not the end of her life. Something great is coming her way. And another thing that I've learned is that we should always pay attention to the signs that our parents give us, you know. Our parents showed her signs, but she ignored, you know, because she was excited and all that. So, yeah, she was in love. So we should always pay attention to... Yeah, we should not ignore those signs. We should always pay attention to them. It will help us in future. So yeah.
Oh, how do you know that? Have you been in?
And my mother feels some emotions. I mean, the speech was touching. I also felt it. I almost cried, and you guys have never seen me cry. I'm just a bit touched by what she said. I remember one time Conker visited me in June, and the marriage was so tough. And she's like, I had lost weight, and she's like, but Ceci, why do you always go through so much while you are the prayerful person? Like, how do you say that?
You forgot.
She knows. She knows.
You want me to say?
Yes, like you must ask the way you do.
No, I was just wondering why she has to go through a lot, you know, because she has always been that person, a prayerful person, like, I don't even know how to explain it. She has always been that person who will trust God with everything. Like, she prays, she always motivates us to pray. But then, yeah, and yet she come across a lot of stuff. Like, the things that she goes through, it's just a lot. And I was just wondering how, like, why is this happening to her? I was wondering why, G. I didn't understand why something bad has to happen to her every time.
Because God trusts me. Hey, Konki. Trust, yeah, back to daddy. Here's my girl, we stayed together. I remember the time when all this happened. You were in school and we came to see you. Like, just, who are you? How does Conquest feel? What have you learned? Okay, no, you don't answer that question as the learning part, but just express yourself. And, yeah.
Hello everybody.
Hey.
I'm Conquest Chawane. So I'm so happy and frustrated. I don't know why. I'm just having mixed emotions about this whole thing. But I'm so happy that my sister pulled out of this situation strong and brave, and you know, she is still strong and she's stronger than ever before. So when this whole thing happened, I was in boarding school. I was in boarding school. So I remember when it was on the 4th of November. Yes, they came to see me when they went to finalize the divorce and everything. They came to see me after that at my school, and I saw everybody was there except for my sister. She was not there, my twin sister. So they all came to my school, and I was wondering why they're all there. I asked them, why you guys back? They didn't really give me like proper answers that I needed. I could suspect that something is wrong, but they didn't want to tell me because I was writing my final exams. So, yes. So I think that week I dreamt about it. I dreamt about the divorce, but I was like, oh, it's just a dream. That week I was kind of down because I could feel that something is not going right, but then I ignored everything because I was writing. I didn't want it to affect me. So I saw my sister was so thin. She was so thin. Like, you know, she was just not okay. But then she tried not showing it to us, to me, because my sister already knew. She tried not showing it to me, but then I could see that she's not okay. I asked her, what's wrong with you? She said, it's nothing. I'm on my diet. But I could see that, no, this is beyond diet because she was so thin. So when they went back, okay, my parents came to my school to fetch me after writing. And then my mom told me, she was like, did we tell you that your sister's marriage failed? I was so broken. I cried that night. I cried like never before, because I was like to myself, why is everything happening to her? I mean, she lived so faithfully to God, as my sister said. She was so faithful to God. She deserved the best happiness in the world, according to me, because she got married at the age of 30, which is like, she got married and she didn't have any child. She was still like, you know,
Brand new.
So I only wished her happiness, you know, in her marriage. I was hoping that she could get like the best happiness ever. But then my mom told me that the marriage failed, so I was really torn apart about it. The following week I had to go visit her. So I went there. I was expecting to see her like sad, crying, you know. But then I saw the total opposite. She was so happy. She was full of life. I was there asking myself, why is she like this? Why is she acting like this? Because I thought to myself, I'm not even gonna ask her about it, because you know I'm just gonna add more pain to her. But then no, she was so free. I could even ask her how you feel, and she was like, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. I asked myself, how is she happy? Because she just got dumped. So she was supposed to be, you know, feeling sad and everything, but no, she was okay. So I was really shocked about her behavior. I thought maybe you know, she's losing her mind, because I was not expecting, you know, someone who just got dumped yesterday to behaving like how she behaved. So my sister really, you know, really went through that and pulled out strong, and you know, still maintaining her Christian lifestyle, as my dad said. So she knew her identity, and she still knows her identity. That's why she came out strong, and you know, she came out still believing in God and believing in love. People who go through that don't believe in love. A lot of them, you know, just lose interest, or you know, don't believe in love anymore. But she stood strong. And
you know something. You know something.
Tell us.
You'll tell us. You'll tell us. You know something.
She needs to tell us. Confession. No, guys, I don't know anything.
Okay, go on.
I don't know anything. This is what I saw in my sister, is in love, and what I see in TV. People, you know, get depressed. People commit suicide after, you know, everything. But then she didn't do all those things. She didn't even like get sick for a minute. She was just happy. She was like herself. She came back to herself again, because I feel like the time she was still in the marriage, you know, I don't know, but then after the divorce, she was just happy than ever before. So that's what I learned from her, that, you know, she was, I don't know how to explain it, but she's a very strong woman. She's so strong, and she knows her identity, because that's what is most important, to know your identity, to know where you're coming from. And she didn't want to disappoint my parents by, you know, getting sick, getting depressed, and she didn't want to show it to us as his siblings, because she knew that it was going to affect us, obviously. And that's what made me to become strong, after seeing her being strong, after seeing her, you know, behaving the way she behaved. Because I feel like if I went there to her place and saw her, you know, so depressed and sad, I would have lost it as well. I wouldn't even believe in love. So I think she became a good example to us.
Oh, now you believe in love, okay? Okay.
Yes, I do. There's nothing wrong. Yes. She believes in love.
Okay.
She can say it.
Okay.
So it really would have affected us, me and my sister, because we were still young back then. So I think we would also lose interest in, you know,
Marriage.
in marriage.
Looking after yourself.
Yes. We think that it's useless to look after yourself,
Serving
because at
God.
the end of the day, things are gonna, you know, turn out the way they want to turn out. So my sister, you know, she became a good example to us, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm so proud to call her my sister. She's really a role model to me and a lot of young girls out there, and a lot of
people. She is a role model, because I think the world needed someone like her who would stood and be strong despite the situation. Because a lot of people just get admitted after divorce, after getting divorced and all that. But no, she didn't, get to that point. So I'm so proud of my sister, and I wish her all the best in life. So yes, thank you.
So literally, guys, ever since this whole thing happened, I've never had a conversation with my family, my siblings, asking them how did they feel, because I've always had that face. I didn't want to see them hurt, and I didn't want to see them cry. So if we happen to cry, just understand. I think this is one of the days that we get to express ourselves, we express our emotions, and speak our hearts. So if we happen to get there, I'm hoping we don't, because it can get rough when the young men start crying. You see the father joining, and now it's not going to be easy. The machine will stop. So it's better. Now the only person who's feeling the pain is the one who carried for 9 months, and it's understandable. So we understand how she feels, but we're hoping that it won't get there. But I love what my sister said. These are the last bonds. So I wanted to start with them, one, so that you can understand how our parents raised us. So you can hear that there is power, right? Yeah, Conquer, do you want to add something that you've learned, and how will this project your life in the future, and how will you use this experience to be a better person?
Like I said, that I've learned that we shouldn't give up on God. We should always trust God, and whatever that happens in our life, the situations that we encounter, we mustn't blame God because of our mistakes. We should trust Him and know that He's got better plans for us. If my sister stayed in that marriage, if she had forced things and stayed in that marriage, maybe she would have died by now. We would have forgotten about her. So we should always pay attention to what the Holy Spirit tells us and what God says. We should always trust His voice and believe in His word. If He says go out, go out. If He says stay, stay. He has better plans for us. So that's what my sister did. She went out there and she became stronger. She started gaining weight. She started glowing, and the glory of God started shining upon her life. So that's what we should do. We shouldn't just sit down and cry and be like, why me? We should be a good example to other people out there that God is alive.